Hello, everyone. I'm Diana Ramirez, your Harris County Administrator. As you know, living in a low-lying area in proximity to the Gulf Coast and amidst several rivers and bayous, Harris County has faced its fair share of natural disasters. With hurricane season upon us, it's crucial for all of us to be informed and prepared. To hear the latest, please watch the video that follows featuring Mark Sloan from the Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. We're grateful for the work of all our emergency responders during the recent May severe weather and riverine flooding event, and for all county departments and agencies who contributed to the response and recovery efforts. In this video, Mark shares insights on personal preparedness for hurricane season and the proactive measures Harris County is taking to keep everyone informed and safe. Please take a look and let's make sure we're all prepared for whatever the upcoming hurricane season may bring. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mark Sloan. I am the Emergency Management Homeland Security Coordinator for Harris County. Our primary role as an Office of Homeland Security Emergency Management is to plan, prepare, provide mitigation efforts and plans for hopefully minimizing the events, the impacts to Harris County as a whole, and also coordinate with our partners in response. So it's the whole gamut of the emergency management phases that we have to work through each and every year. Our preparation for hurricane season, which begins on June 1st and ends on November 30th, annually is no different than what we traditionally do. We are prepared 365 days a year for a variety of weather events. Tropical weather is probably something that has the most destructive impacts to a larger portion of the county, but flooding, wind events, tornadoes, winter storms, we have to prepare year-round. It's just another phase of the year that we're prepared for to react, partner with our first responders to recover from whatever impacts we may be impacted by. The risk that we are most confronted with from tropical weather is the entire gamut, which includes wind, which includes heavy rains in inland areas that could cause flooding. It could cause tornadic activity in those storms, and storm surge. That's why we have evacuation zones along the coast. We run from seawater and hide from the wind. So all of the impacts of tropical weather we could be impacted by. The partnerships that we have throughout the region are crucial to our success. Understanding Galveston's plans, Chambers County plans, Bezoria's plans and processes on timing of evacuation, but also with the 34 cities in Harris County, the 54 plus fire departments, over 125 law enforcement partners that we have, all have to understand their roles and responsibilities during a major disaster so that we can all get back to a new state of normal as quickly, effectively, and efficiently as possible. Basically, our process for making sure that our partners are informed of a potential risk and threat goes through a variety of stages. First and foremost is just situational awareness. What are we watching? We have numerous resources to watch tropical weather develop in Africa and come into the Atlantic and move across, and it could be days or weeks while that is slowly moving across. Sometimes it's a quick developing storm off the Yucatan in the Gulf of Mexico. And we have to keep our partners informed. So we will send out an initial report or an update to our response partners that would be supporting us here in the EOC with the first update of, hey, we're monitoring, we're watching, you need to be aware. As a hurricane develops and the threat is imminent, our posture changes. We will start bringing additional partners into the EOC. Based on where the trajectory of that storm is going to go, can increase the number of partners. I think for individuals, county employees, in preparation for hurricanes, I think that it can vary based on your family. There's a lot of different things that you need to take into consideration in order to prepare for the loss of power or water. You have to understand, if you live in an evacuation zone, on what your plan would be. The simplest way is probably think of it as taking a vacation. What is it that you would do in planning your vacation? What clothes are you going to take? How much money do you need? How are you going to get there? Are you going to drive, fly? There's a variety of things. Do I need my medications? The other things are, take pictures of your insurance documents. Scan those things. Put those in your phone or keep them on a thumb drive. Take a video of all of your assets at the home. Take an inside, room-by-room video. Also do the outside, because you could come back and your tree had fallen on your property. You might not have access. So having it documented is very important. If you have medications, make sure you take a picture of the prescription numbers. You can get those if you evacuate and had to go to another town. You can coordinate that through your doctor. So have important documents, your insurance documents, things scanned, pictures and video, but also just know you're going to be gone for a little while. If you're at home, make sure you have the basic resources to take care of yourself and your family for up to 7 days. That means a gallon of water per person per day. You can fill your bathtub, scoop out water if you don't have sanitary, and you can use it to flush the toilet. You can boil that water and use it as drinking water. So there's a lot of things that you have to consider, and if you go to readyharris.org, you can get a list of a variety of items that might be useful to you, including mosquito spray. And if you have to evacuate, don't forget the dirty laundry, because that's probably where your favorite clothes are. I think my advice to an individual or family that decides to stay home is to make sure that the property is secure, that you can withstand whatever this storm brings. If you have generator capability and power, make sure that it is in a safe location. If power goes out, that you can turn that on and do what you need to do, but don't do it inside the house. Make sure it's well ventilated and away from the home. And you can take care of yourself and your family the best way you possibly can and survive whatever it is our impacts could be. If a mandatory or voluntary evacuation order is made for a zone A, B, or C, you have to take the appropriate actions that is being requested by local government. I think to find out, to know if you live in that zone, is to go to readyharris.org and look at the evacuation zone map. It'll show you routes in order to evacuate, but it'll also help you understand when an evacuation is called, what area you are in. And the reason we have evacuation zones is because of seawater. The surge that comes in before the storm even makes impact. As we saw during Hurricane Ike, Bolivar was being covered with water on a blue sky day. So don't wait for the storm. Take the appropriate action government asks you to do, and evacuate if you ask to. There's a variety of opportunities for county employees to prepare themselves and their family. There are FEMA courses that talk through just general preparedness. There are also activities that we offer at the county called Community Emergency Response Team Training, where individuals can go through an 8-week, 24-hour course to learn how to take care of themselves, their family, protect their property. And I basically call it, it's a reminder of Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts for adults. It shows you how to do basic fire suppression. How do I use the fire extinguisher that's in my kitchen or in my cabinet? Have I ever had to suppress a small fire, and do I know how to do it appropriately? It teaches you medical operations on, we all put Band-Aids on our children and taking care, but what happens if it's something that's more severe, and how do I help myself, my family? And we teach you how to understand what our risks and threats are. Not just tropical weather, but all of the threats that I've mentioned. And once you're done, you can come together as a neighborhood. Only 1% of our population is a first responder. What we don't need is 99% of our population asking for help. We can help ourselves and our neighbors. Every storm is different. we've never been impacted by the same storm. And every storm brings a new opportunity to improve. But we always want to look at new opportunities to improve our response, our recovery efforts, to help even change the way FEMA reacts and responds to recovery efforts, or how the state puts together an evacuation plan. After Rita, we changed that from color-coded zones to zip zones, and zip codes made sense. So we're always learning from all of the different storms that we are impacted by to enhance our plans, to include more partners that may have not existed in prior storms. So we're always looking to improve. I believe the top 3 things that employees need to know, one is to have a plan. What am I going to do? What am I doing with my family? What am I doing as an individual? Am I at work or am I at home? Communication is the second thing. One, to communicate with your supervisors, with your department heads communicating with employees, supervisors communicating with their staff. But it's also staying informed. It's what is happening? Where do I get trusted information from? Am I listening to local newscasts? Am I listening to the radio? Am I watching and listening to pertinent information that the Joint Information is sending out? So staying informed, have a plan, and have the ability to communicate becomes very important to our success as a community and as a county. If you'd like to stay informed about hurricane season, you can text Golf 2024 to 888-777.